Welcome back to our channel. Press the subscribe button for more news bulletins. Ichungwa embarrassed badly on Aljazeera by Medi Hassan. Kimani Ichungwa was asked why Kenyans are flaunting their wealth while Kenyans are suffering. It's crazy how Kimani Ichungwa wore red bottom shoes, very expensive, worth dollars. Politicians in Kenya have been criticized for using and misusing money on wealth material things. Like Murkomen was told he was wearing a 1 million or something watch. He was flaunting publicly instead of spending the money on natural resources. Well, the red bottom shoe Kimani Ichungwa was wearing is called Shambeli Mock, worth $1,295 Well, Ichungwa was asked about femicide, and he started discussing how Kenyans on social media insult him by calling him President William Ruto's wife. Was he nervous or he didn't get the question?
Your party seems to be very concerned with the criticism on social media. Why are you more sensitive to this than to the everyday troubles of the Kenyans, such as the rising cases of femicide, the abductions, corruption?
True, we are very concerned, and I said I'm actually the one who in this show spoke to the issue of femicide because it's a matter that was of great concern to Kenyans. I'll tell you from where I sit. I am less concerned with what people say online, on social media. I had that engagement with somebody yesterday who is in this audience. And I told him, I have been called William Ruto's wife because I work closely with him. And I take it in my stride. But I will have to do my work and do it to the best of my ability. That's my concern, and I believe everybody within the Kenya Kwanza administration is less bothered by what people say online.
How can you say that when in the part one of this show? Hold on. Let me one of this show.
Let me
Ichungwa from Amnesty said a guy did an AI image of the president in a coffin was treated viciously, violently. That was not you having a thick skin.
And maybe because you never allowed me to respond to that. Because
I did, but you can respond again if you want.
It's true what Ichungwa was saying and about the gentleman who had his hair shaved. And I said because we are a nation that wants to trust in institutions.
Because the audience around the world watching may not know this. The Attorney General of Kenya, his son was abducted. Literally a serving member of the government. His son was taken. How did he get him released? Can you tell our audience?
The Attorney General of Kenya is called Dorcas Oduor.
Justin Muturi, the former Attorney General, he's moved
abducted. The person who has alleged that his son was abducted is the former Attorney General Justin Muturi. And
how did he get his son released?
And I'll tell you again, I have read from the media, heard Justin Muturi what he said, just as you heard it. It is an allegation by Justin Muturi, somebody who has...
Justin Muturi says he went to the president and said, President Ruto, the intelligence service has taken my son. President Ruto called the head of your intelligence service and his son was released.
Have you heard Medi from
crazy.
President Ruto on the same? Have you heard from the director of intelligence?
You tell me what's President Ruto's... Has he denied it?
Have you heard from him?
No, I don't live in Kenya. You're the expert. Has President Ruto denied that?
Why don't you allow then me to tell you my take?
Do.
Because that's your take.
Please.
From what has been reported.
That's not my take. I'm reporting a member of your government. This is amazing. I'm quoting a member of your government, not the opposition, a member of your government who you're calling a liar because he says his son was abducted.
That's why I told you Justin Muturi, the former Attorney General and current Minister for Public Service, is a politician to begin with, has beef with his boss.
Okay.
In the government he serves.
Wow. So he made up a story about his son being abducted.
There are reasons. Wow,
Kenyan politics.
Will you allow me
Please.
to make my points?
Please, this is just, I'm stunned.
There are reasons why Justin Muturi was removed as Attorney General around the time of the demonstrations in June of last year. There are reasons probably why Justin Muturi knows he's probably on his way out. It is him who has made those allegations. That is a matter under active investigations. As I told you,
has President Ruto denied it?
We have got. You will need probably to invite him and ask him.
You can't speak.
I am not President William Ruto. Neither
has he denied it? It's a simple factual question, yes or no?
I have not heard him, and I don't know if he has been asked to.
So one of them made 281 promises. Can you tell our audience tonight how many of those have been fulfilled over the last 2.5 years?
True, as you say. The perception out there is that the administration is quite unpopular. Nothing uncharacteristic of any administration 2 years after an election, especially an administration that came into office in the backdrop of a very dilapidated economy with very many promises, as you said. but I can assure you that will change in due course. The implementation of a manifesto is page by page, chapter after chapter.
But you haven't implemented it. That's the problem.
It is being implemented.
How many of the 281 promises have been implemented?
I'll not give you a straight answer of 2 or 10 or 200, but I'll tell you.
You're the first politician who said to me, I will not give you a straight answer, just bluntly. I can give you an answer. I've got the answer. It's 14 out of 281 promises. That means 95% of your promises have not been met 2.5 years in.
That is your number, Medi, not my number.
It's not my number. It's the number of Mizalendo, a non-partisan parliamentary monitoring organization in Kenya that tracks all parties. They're saying 14 out of 281. I mean, we can run through some of them.